Am I live? Am I live? I hope I'm alive. Hey, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What's the goings on? What is the goings on? How y'all doing? I have this thing. Trying to get this thing centered. How are y'all doing this evening? Who is that? Frank, love your lips. Thank you, Frank. All the guys love my lips. They like my lips. I don't know why. They just do. They just do. So y'all, I'm officially at 10,000 subscribers. You know, after I got off the live yesterday, all celebratory about my 10,000 subscribers, I saw some people unsubscribe. They unsubscribe. I told y'all to subscribe so I could hit 10,000. When I went and looked at my view count, people unsubscribed so that I wouldn't hit the 10,000. I was like, y'all MFers, mother suckers, haters, haters. It's gonna happen anyway. It's gonna happen anyway. I'm like, these bugaboos actually unsubscribed from me so I wouldn't hit the 10,000 mark. Oh my God! Wouldn't be surprised if they do it again. After I get off this live, I'll lose subscribers again. It's all good though. It's all good. It's going to happen eventually. Eventually. I appreciate those of you who have subscribed though, and if anybody's on this live who hasn't, who enjoys the content, enjoys the message, my evangelism on this channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button too. Help a sister out, you know. It's free to do. It's free to do. It costs no money to subscribe. None. None. Have y'all been to my art site yet? iloveherart.com. All of y'all need to be subscribed to my art site, iloveherart.com. You need to subscribe. You need to buy an art piece for your desk at work, or your living room, or your kitchen, or your bedroom, or your meditation room, or your baby's room. I got something for every room in the house. Any room you want. Because I am an artist too. Unlike some of these other chicks online, you know, I am truly a Renaissance woman. I do a whole lot of things, and a whole lot of things very well. Very, very well. I'm also a life coach. I'm a poet. I'm an author. I'm a medicine woman. I'm a relationship expert. So if you're having problems with your relationships, you don't know whether to dump him, whether to keep him, whether to move forward with the marriage, whether to have the baby, or whatever the crisis is that you're going through, you have to talk to me. I'm going to help you make the best decision. My insight is spot on. You may not want to hear it, but my insights are dead on, like bullseye accurate. Bullseye accurate. Okay? So take a chance. Take a chance, honey. Take a chance. Thank you. Lost a friend about asking about waiting for marriage. You almost lost a friend for asking about waiting for marriage? You mean lost a boyfriend? All right, listen. I'm gonna read off some stuff to y'all. And this message is really it's not, well, it is, so some of y'all are too far gone. Some of y'all are infected and you're past the point of recovery. And some of you are not, and some of you are just getting into the game, and I'm really trying to get you women who are just starting to get your feet wet and you're not totally ruined by relationships yet. You're not totally sullied and ruined by romance and all that stuff, right? I just wanted to read off a few statistics here. And just to give you, those of you who have young girl children, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girls in the house, nieces, daughters, and you want to have that talk with them about why it's so important for you to wait to have sex. Here's a couple of reasons. The earlier a girl has sex, the higher the number of sexual partners she'll probably have. So if a girl starts having sex at 14, 13 or 14, statistically they're saying by the time she's 20, she would have had 20 to 22 partners by the time she's 20 years old, if she starts at 13 or 14. And we're comparing that number to a woman, let's say, who starts having sex at 21. She may have, throughout her lifetime, 3 partners, compared to the girl who starts at 13, who will have 20 partners in her lifetime. Do you see the difference there? There's a whole lot of difference there. So the likelihood of you having maybe 1, 2, or 3 partners if you start later on in life is highly probable. The likelihood that you'll be running through about 40 dudes by the time you're 25, if you start at 13, is highly probable too. So you give them that number. Give them this number too. A woman who has sex in her 20s, oh, okay, I already said that. So a woman who starts having sex in her 20s is likely to have, they say, 2.7 sexual partners in a lifetime. So I already said that. A woman who has sex early is high, it has a high probability of having, contracting an STD. If you are sucking sour balls behind the steps, in the gym, in the locker rooms, or whatever, in your high school or whatever, you are pretty much setting yourself up for the likelihood of needing treatments for STDs that you contract from these little doodle-stained boys who don't like you. That's what's going to happen. These little doodle-stained boys and that little pissy penis that you're putting in your mouth is going to insert bugs in there that Clorox can't even kill. That's what's going to happen there. The likelihood that you're going to have super bugs that you're going to that you're going to have to go to the doctor for to get treatment, or have some sort of flare-ups for the rest of your life, goes up exponentially when you have sex outside of a committed relationship, outside of marriage, and early. Highly, highly probable. Highly, highly probable. All right? So let's see here. What else? Girls who have sex 13 are twice as likely to contract an STD as a woman who starts having sex at 21. So that's basically what I just said. So girl at 13, you're 2 times as likely to have contract the STD as a woman who starts having sex at 21. Imagine that. It's weird how the timing of it affects the likelihood and the probability of things happening to you, adverse things happening to you. Women who screw early are more likely to become pregnant and give birth out of wedlock. Okay, so if you are having sex at 16, 15, 14, 17, or whatever, the likelihood that you are going to be a single mother is pretty much almost a guarantee. The numbers are really high for you. Okay, if that's what you want, if you want to be a single mother, then have sex early, have sex out of wedlock. Have sex when you're 16. The likelihood that you'll be giving birth to a little bastard baby that he doesn't want and you don't want is about 90%. Although here they're saying 40% of girls who have sex at 13 give birth out of wedlock. So about 40% of girls who start having sex at 13 will end up giving birth to a baby from a man who does not marry her. Okay? And we're comparing that, now that's 40% compared to the 9%. The 9% of women who start having sex at 21 who give birth out of wedlock. So look at the numbers there. You're 40% likely to be a single mother if you have sex if you start having sex at 13, and 9% likely to be a single mother if you start having sex at 21 or 22. Yeah. So there's that. Let me see what else here. Early sexual activity is linked to maternal poverty. Yeah, you're going to be a welfare recipient. You're going to need public assistance, some kind of government aid to help you out. If you start having sex early, more than likely it's going to affect your money. It's going to affect how much you can earn. It affects your sexual market value to begin with. Y'all know, any of y'all on here that are single mothers know how hard it is to get a man to co-sign on your baggage, on you and your baggage. Men don't want women who already have kids. That's an extra burden he doesn't need. That's an extra burden he does not need or wants. So it's very hard for single mothers to get men of quality. And you know the thing is, the problem with being a single mother is that the likelihood of your children being abused doubles, if not triples. Because you're gonna have a boyfriend around your little daughter, or a boyfriend that's not your daughter's father, right? How many stories we hear women leaving their children with the boyfriends and come home and the child is dead, or some sort of trauma happened to them because the man who's not the father was messing around with the child. So you increase the probability of your children being sexually or physically abused when you bring children into this world outside of a committed relationship. The probability is high. The probability that a child will be abused by its natural mother and father is very, very low. Extremely low. Very low. But the probability of a girl child being abused by a man that you're seeing, listen. And you want to know something else too? For you single mothers, girl children who do not have fathers around menstruate earlier than girl children who live with their natural born mothers and fathers together. Did you know that? A girl child, her hormones get thrown off without the presence of her father, her protector in the household. She's living in fear. She is not in a comfortable space. She lives in fear. She starts to menstruate. Her menstruation kicks in prematurely because of that fearful environment that she's in. She doesn't have her protector around. She does not have that male father figure around. So it throws her off hormonally, and she goes into ovulation, puberty, before it's time. This is documented, you know. This is documented. So for those of you Negroes who just want to hit stick and leave packages all around the place, I want you to think about that. Think about what you are doing to the woman you impregnate and the child, especially if it's a girl child you leaving behind. You leaving her wide open for predators. Wide open. She's never going to be emotionally stable. She's never, because she's not physically stable. When you're not there, a girl child isn't physically stable when the father is not in the home. Listen. Early sexual activity interrupts a girl's ability to form a stable marriage as an adult. It's hard for her to get into committed relationships, stable, emotionally satisfying relationships later on in life when she has sex early. It's not beneficial. All these hot girl summers and these slut shaming and all this stuff, they're really doing a disservice to us as women, to the young girls who are listening to this. We are creating a new breed of crazy lunatic women. That's what's going to happen. These hot girls are going to get older, and they're going to be crazy older women too. That's what's happening there. So you increase your chances of not even being able to establish a meaningful relationship when you start slurping and sucking and slurping in and inhaling spermatozoas. It gets harder for you to pair bond with a man. I said it in another live. The more you have sex, the harder it is for you to be sexually satisfied. The harder it is for you to be sexually satisfied too. So there's that. There is that. Girls who begin sexual activity early are more likely, 30% more likely to have abortions. The girls who have sex as early as 13 or 14 are 30% more likely to have abortions. A girl who starts sex at 12 is likely to have 20 sexual partners by the time she's 20. I think I said that already. Compared to the average of 3 partners that a woman who starts having sex at 21 has. So these are some of the stats that I want y'all to think about. It's not looking good. There ain't nothing good about having sex outside of marriage. Not one single thing. Not nothing. And you need to start telling your young girls, your young teenage, preteen, tweens, or whatever it is, the truth. Even if it's not popular, even if they're hearing, I don't care what they're hearing on TV, what they're hearing in school, what sex ed is telling them, you as a parent, you need to lay down the gauntlet and let them know the absolute truth about what they're facing. You don't want no girl on your watch saying, "Why didn't you tell me?" But if you'd have just told me the truth, then maybe I wouldn't have. You don't want no girl on your watch blaming you for not being honest, or blaming you for giving up or not trying hard enough to collar her up and tell her the truth. I have no problem scrambling nobody by the collar. I have no problem doing this. I have no problem doing this. You hear me? I have no problem doing that whatsoever. And I remember when I was a younger mother being told, "Oh, you too strict. You too strict on your girl. You need to lighten up. You need to relax your hand." Excuse me? Excuse me? Relax my hand. Relax my hand, and now now you have to take care of your grandbabies because the man that she screwed can't buy your grandbaby Pampers. Now you got to work extra shift to buy formula, wipes, Pampers, health insurance, and all the stuff that the man, the father's supposed to be doing. Now you got to be doing that because you had a relaxed hand. I wish I would. I wish I would. I told my daughters, listen, my house ain't no barnyard. It ain't no revolving door. Once you go out, that's it. That's it. Because I can't fight with a woman. I'm not fighting with a woman. I'm not fighting. My authority is not going to be challenged by a woman. If you're doing woman things, then you got to go all the way with it. You got to go all the way with it. My house, it wasn't no boyfriend, girlfriend. Now, what is that? What is that? You could have a boyfriend that you're screwing, then he needs to provide for you. Then he's saying that he's going to provide for you. And that I don't have to anymore. I was very clear about that. Very clear about that. I don't believe in the boyfriend stuff. I don't believe in it at all, not at all. Why? Because sexual activity makes y'all grown ass women think that you're in relationships that you're not even in. You grown women, because you guzzling sperm every weekend, think that you really in a loving relationship, and all it is sex. You can't even differentiate between the two. So how am I expecting a 16-year-old to do that? You grown ass women with gray hair on your vaginas think getting caught up in that game. Oh, well, that's my man, and does he think so? Are y'all on the same accord with it? You don't even know. You don't even know your status, but because you taking your service getting beat down every week, you think that well, we have something, we have a connection, we have a connection. Yeah, you do have a connection, all right. A connection to slime, a connection to urine and fecal matter. That's your connection, because that's all you swapping. That's all he's sharing with you is the fecal crumbs out of his butt. The piss that comes out of his urethra, the mucus, slime, sperm, and all that stuff that you chugging back, that your tonsils all red and inflamed from trying to deep throat shit, trying to show them how you can deep throat. Your whole jaw swole up trying to deep throat for a fool that don't even want you. That's what's going on there. We don't have time to be playing this kind of game. We don't have time to be sugarcoating things. And when I say stuff like this, the argument, because someone has shared one of my videos, the brother, what's his name? I used to watch his videos on YouTube too. Dr. Oh Lord, what is his name? Khalid? Not Khalid Muhammad. What is his name? Oh shoot, I can't remember. But the brother's cute. He's real cute, by the way. I hope he don't watch this. Lord have mercy. But he's a Nation of Islam dude, and I used to watch his videos on Dr. G. No, I don't think it's G. But I would watch his videos on YouTube, like debates and stuff he would do, and he has shared my video on his Instagram page, and the sister, what's her name? Chef. She's like a celebrity vegan chef, Chef Kai. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She has blonde hair. She used to have blonde locks. I think she cut her locks off and now her hair is straight. But she's like a vegan chef now. And I saw her comment on his page saying that she agreed with some of the stuff I was saying, but she felt that some of it was coming from a space of fear mongering, when girls naturally go to be touched and felt, and girls want to feel closeness and love and all that stuff. So that's that's a natural function of a woman. And her stance was that I was sort of like, promoting fearfulness and everything, and it's just natural to. Somebody said "ho-splaining." Hello, I didn't say that. You did. You say "ho-splaining." Yes, Chef Aki, or whatever her name is. Yeah. So she was basically said I in a nice way, that I was promoting fear or something like that. And I'm like, this is real. This stuff is real. It's not fear. This stuff is real. It's not fear. I understand we live in a time where it's, free love, and it's about expressing your soul, expressing what's in your soul and in your heart, and being authentic to you and all that. And a lot of chicks did that, and now they got to take penicillin for the rest of their life, or try to not stress out so they don't get no flare-ups, or no cauliflower looking anuses and all that stuff out here. So there's that. There is that. The numbers don't lie though. Statistics, they chart all of this stuff down to a T. They know. There are markers. There are markers. If you are having sex before marriage, the likelihood that you're not going to marry the man you're having sex to is extremely high. And all you chicks on here that have relationships, that are in relationships right now, and you praying every night, you on your knees every night, oh God, I hope this dude asks me to marry him. You know what it is. You know you got your vagina on the poker table. You rolling the dice with your vagina. You know that. And you've rolled the dice with your vagina before. And what's happened? No ring, no proposal, maybe a baby or two, and a lot of stress. That's how this stuff ends. That's how this stuff ends. So if you want the least amount of stress and worry in your life, you keep your legs closed. You keep it closed. Wesley Muhammad? I don't think it's his name is not Wesley. I want to say it's I thought it started with a K. Y'all know who I'm talking about too. I wish I remember his name. Damn. No, you're not promoting fear, but you are projecting your experience, and understanding is the right way of living. That is too much of a presumption. You know I love you though. Hey, listen, I'm a mother. And yes, I've experienced things, and there is nobody who can formulate an opinion without going through the Rolodex of comparisons or referencing from something they already know. That's how you think. The process of thinking is I have to in order for me to think, I got to go back to what I already know and compare what I know to what I'm seeing. That's the process of thought. So when anybody say you're projecting, I'm like, everybody's projecting. You have an opinion, you have to be projecting, because the process of thinking requires you to go inside here. Go in here, go in what you already know, and go, okay, that's red, that's blue, that's purple, and all that stuff. So it is what it is. I am a woman. I am a mother. I know what it's like to be in relationships with men who don't care, who halfway care, who exploited me for money, who exploited me for the flesh or whatever it is. I understand all of it. And every woman on this channel understands all of it too. Any woman who's not a virgin understands what it is. So I'm not isolated in anything that I say here. Even the women who talk about, free love and all that, they've been burned and hurt too. But they decide that to medicate themselves, they'll just, I don't know, dismiss it as a lesson or something. Dismiss it as a contract, that contract they sign in the etheric realm. They signed a contract to do this. So nothing's a mistake here. You have people that reason out what they experience in different ways. I have daughters. So my perspective is going to be different than a woman who's speculating on things, and a woman who doesn't have daughters, who has not replicated herself. There's a certain way I'm going to talk because I have daughters. I don't have sons. So it is what it is. I can't say, my experience is my own, and it's this thing. Don't worry about it. You can do what you want to do, and there's no repercussions. There's no chances of anything happening. I can't say that. I can't say that because the numbers say otherwise. Look at society around you. The other day when I did the live and the chick said she went on a dinner date with the dude and he admitted that he likes trans women. This is the time that we're living in now, where your sexuality It's so blurred. You don't know what people are into. You don't know what people are into now, and they bringing all of that stuff to you. Now you could put your head in the sand and go, you know what, the Lord protects me, and it's gonna be all right. Or you could say, you know what, the Lord protects those who protect themselves. Okay, you could do that. You could do that. But there are chicks out here that are rolling the dice with their vaginas, and they are losing. They losing the gamble. They losing left and right. They losing left and right. Nothing is etched in stone, but there are probabilities. There are odds, as I always say. What are the odds? What are the odds that a dude's gonna call you back if you screw him on the first date? What are the odds that he's gonna say, you know what, I want to marry you? If you screw him on the first date, what are the odds of that? Because it could happen, but what are the odds? Has that ever happened to you before? Have you ever screwed a dude on the first date and he said, you know what, let's go to K Jewelers tomorrow. I'm putting a ring on your finger tomorrow. What are the odds? So it is what it is. We dealing with odds. We dealing with odds here now. Not absolutes. Not absolutes. It is what it is. It is what it is. I guess reality is too ugly for most people. They selling a lot of these young people dreams all day and twice on Sunday. We listen, young girls are being sold up the river. Young girls are being pimped out by older women. Young girls are being pimped out by older women all day, every day. And the flip side of that is too, because I talk to older women too, and like I said, I was told, why are you bothering with them? Because all they're gonna say is that you're jealous, you're bitter, you're bitter because you're not attractive. That's why you're saying what you're saying. You just don't want us to have any fun because your life passed you by or whatever. That's all they're gonna say. Older women tell me, I don't know why you're bothering with them because they're just gonna hate you. They're just gonna shoot the messenger, which is you. They're not gonna listen to you. This is what older women are telling me. This is what they tell me. So y'all only got a few allies out here. Y'all only got a few older women who really give a shit to actually tell you the truth. Because most of them are tired. Because the pushback that they get is not favorable. It always boils down to, well, you're not cute enough for me to listen to you. You're not cute enough for me to take what you're saying seriously. This is the problem with young girls. This is the problem. This is why young girls get got, because of vanity. Vanity gets it every time, and twice on Sunday. This is how a dude get in between your legs without buying you a Subway sandwich. Because he complimented you. He said you were beautiful when no other guy said you were beautiful.